So 2019, Fender unveils a new guitar, the American Acoustasonic Telecaster. Everyone goes wild. It is a hit. We can't keep them in stock. A very versatile instrument. So now it's 2020. What should Fender do? Well, give us a Fender American Acoustasonic Stratocaster, of course. Hey, you're watching Alamo Music TV. My name is Chris McKee here with Alamo Music Center in San Antonio, Texas. You can find us online at alamomusic.com. If you're new to our channel, make sure that you subscribe, turn on notifications, like our videos, and comment below. If you would like to support our channel, but you maybe shop at another store, that's all right. Check out some of our gear on our website or through our Teespring partner in the link below the video. So today, we're looking at this new guitar from Fender. It is the Fender American Acoustasonic Stratocaster. Now, as I mentioned, and you saw vanish just a second ago, Fender last year unveiled the Telecaster version of this guitar, and it was a big hit. A lot of us looked at it for the first time, didn't really know what to make of it, put it in our hands, plugged it in, and were immediately blown away by the true to reality tones of acoustic guitars that you're getting from the modeling capability of that guitar, along with the great feel and the versatility that you get. I mean, these guitars effectively represent a modern solution to a musician that basically crosses genres of music and needs a guitar that they can take to a gig or record with that can handle a lot of things all at once. That's what these do very, very well. Well, that first initial recipe that was developed with the Acoustasonic Telecaster has been replicated in a new body shape, the Stratocaster. And just like the solid body counterparts, there's differences in the bodies, differences with the feel that I have been able to pick up, and of course, different sounds that you're getting out of the Strat versus the Tele. So let's take a look at the Strat first of all. If it's not immediately apparent to you looking at this, the guitar has a slightly different shape than the Telecaster. And I'm not just talking about the fact that, of course, it is a double cutaway with this upper horn here like we're used to seeing on the Stratocaster. All of the shape, the lines of the guitar are a little bit different. The waist is shallower than on the Telecaster. Okay, brings out a little bit more, it's a little bit wider. There's more of a arm bevel here, just like on a Stratocaster solid body would have. And it has a belly carve, a smaller one than we're used to seeing on one of these guitars, but it does have a belly carve on it, something that the Telecaster does not have. The body is otherwise very similar. So it is a hollowed out piece of mahogany with an inlaid spruce top that is completely fully hollow and suspended here with this deep small sound hole like we saw on the Telecaster before it. Now that is important because it's vital for the SRS or string resonance system that is part of the design of this guitar. Now otherwise we have a lot of the same things, ebony bridge and fingerboard, right? We have the bridge pickup like we saw on the Telecaster, two knobs to control volume and mode or voicing for the modeling that goes on. The knobs are different, just like the Telecaster had those rounded top straight knobs like you'd see typically on a Telecaster. This has flared out knobs like you would see on a Strat. And they look great, they feel great, and they're made of ebony, so pretty awesome there. Of course, 25.5-inch scale like a Stratocaster, mahogany neck, and a Strat headstock because it's a Strat. Now this guitar initially is going to be offered in 5 different colors. Natural, which I'm holding in my hand, Sunburst, Black, a blue, I'm not sure if it's a Daphne blue or which version of blue it is, and then I believe a Sonic Red color is going to be available as well. And just like on the Telecaster, only the spruce top is going to have the color finish. The rest of it will be natural and satin, which feels great. The back of these still retain that beautiful brushed aluminum plates and that nice bevel on the heel of the neck like we saw on last year's guitar. So other than the body shape, what else is different? Well, it's going to be the sounds that you're getting out of this guitar. So we're going to demonstrate those for you, but let me explain it as we go through it. So the new Fender American Acoustasonic Stratocaster has some of the same sounds that the Telecaster had before it, but they're in different positions to complement some of the new sounds. So there are new acoustic modeling sounds and some new electric modeling sounds on this guitar that are unique and different from what the Telecaster has. Let's take a look at each one of them as we go by position. And just a reminder, the way that this works is that you have a 5-way blade switch, and then what would typically be your tone knob is a mod knob to go between the voicing. So voice A is with that knob rolled all the way to the right, or kind of when you would roll the tone off on a guitar. That's your voice A. Rolling it all the way to the left, or tone at 10, so to speak, would be voice B. So we'll start at position number 5, which is core acoustics. Now, in position 5A on this guitar, it is a Sitka, Spruce, Mahogany, Dreadnought. Position B is going to be a smaller concert body, Rosewood and Spruce guitar with a slotted headstock. I'm going to give you some real-world examples to compare these two. Fender isn't going to release the name of a guitar that this would be modeled after because, well, obvious reasons, right? But what this sounds like to me is A, sounds a lot like a Martin D18, and B, sounds like a small body, maybe 12 fret guitar like a 0028 VS, or maybe a Taylor 812, 12 fret, something to that effect. So I'm going to go through and go back from one to the other so you can hear the difference. Position 4 is called alternative acoustics. And voice A, Fender describes as a small body, short scale guitar with a spruce top and walnut back and sides. Voice B is also a Sitka Spruce Mahogany Dreadnought, but they call it an Americana Dreadnought. Both of these sounds to me have a very Gibson-esque tone, with A sounding a lot like an L00 and B sounding a lot like our favorite J45. Now, position 3 on the Telecaster was one of our favorites, and that's still the case here. Position 3, voice A, on this guitar is a Sitka Spruce Rosewood Auditorium guitar. It's a very modern sounding acoustic guitar with a lot of articulation. Think of like a Taylor 814 CE. For both strumming and finger style playing, this guitar is going to really shine, particularly with a lot of pop style music, but you could really play anything on it. By rolling into voice B, what it does is bring the enhanced body resonance that this guitar has into that voice. And so you have that sound, in this particular case, this modern auditorium guitar, but with the liveliness of the whole body. And what I find on this guitar is that that really warms up the sound, makes it fuller, but the whole guitar is responsive. You can sing into the sound hole and you'll be able to hear your voice. And if you don't believe me, I'll show you what I mean. So position 2 on this guitar is a little different than it was on the Telecaster. It is still an acoustic electric blend, but on this one in voice A, you get the sound of an Engelman Spruce Rosewood Dreadnought. Now I like this wood pairing on acoustic guitars because Engelman Spruce is a little softer than Sitka and it rounds the notes a little bit, and they've done a good job of capturing that on the modeling for this guitar. But on this guitar, as opposed to what happened on the Telecaster where you got a blended sound, instead you go to just an electric sound. In this case, it is a Fender clean electric guitar tone. Now, because it's a knob, you can still get a blended sound, and I'll show you that. So we'll go from an acoustic sound to the electric sound and then kind of back between them so you can hear how you can capture both of the guitar sounds at the same time blended. So finally we come to position number 1, which is the most electric sound. You have on voice A semi-clean, fat, kind of pushed electric guitar sound, which is very similar to what we'd get from blues. Voice B gives you dirt. So it's more gain driven. So if you think about it, from 2 to 1, you have 3 electric guitar sounds. Clean, more driven, even more driven. So from clean to bluesy to rock is a good way of thinking about it. Check it out. Now, one of the things that Fender has done on this in the layout of the voicings is to give you some very quick access to sounds. So, for instance, with the electric guitar sounds, since you have the most gain-driven sound on B of number 1 and clean on B of number 4, you can really quickly go from clean to dirt with the electric guitar sound. Let me show you. And then let us not forget that you can very quickly go back to a luscious acoustic sound like this. And that's the beauty of these guitars. They are incredibly versatile. The technology has come such a long way that manufacturers can very effectively capture the real sound of a lot of these acoustic guitars that we love. And from a plugged-in standpoint, you could really be performing with all of these different sounding guitars to suit all of the different songs that you want to play. Jackson Browne, eat your heart out. We don't need 20 on the stage with us, although that's still a lot of fun. So I'm not, saying don't have 20 guitars on the stage, but there you go. That's the rundown of the sounds. So there you have it. New for 2020, can you believe it, 2020, is the Fender American Acoustasonic Stratocaster. It joins the Telecaster in the lineup with a different body shape, feel to it, and all new sounds and added electric versatility. It's a fantastic guitar. I'm impressed, and I'm kind of aesthetically and through the sounds, maybe preferring this one beyond the Telecaster. I don't know, I'm on the fence. Maybe you're on the fence. Let me know in the comments below what you think of the sounds, and if you are anxious to get one of these in your hand as they hit stores. If you're new here, make sure that you subscribe, turn on notifications, like our videos. Whatever guitar you have, that's the best guitar in the world if you're making music on it. So do that. come back here. We'll talk more about guitars. I'll see you next time.